so far. It's obviously afternoon here, South African time. It's actually a public holiday here in South Africa, but we're still on grafting, and I want to speak about a few things yesterday that we possibly could use to make better trading decisions. This morning so far, I've actually taken my algo took a loss on the DAX this morning, but manually I actually did have a win. I took these longs off the opening range lows. Obviously my algo, which trades systematically with edgeful, took the loss, but I got the longs from there up until the highs over here. So very, very nice little win this morning. On the manual trading, algos took the loss. But let's go to the American markets, because I know that's what most of the traders here are looking at. And I think personally, it was tough trading conditions yesterday. I'm sure plenty of accounts were actually blown in that first hour of trading. It was very, very hard trading direction. I think something that we just got to have a look at was yesterday we failed to take out the previous day's highs, and you guys know that with the edgeful reports, that previous day's range is something that I am looking at quite often. But if you go to the screener from yesterday, everything was actually pointing that we wanted to be on, at least for me, that we wanted to be short biased. The first hour on the Nasdaq, ES and even RTY was pointing that we wanted to be looking for those shorts. Also notice how we don't take out the highs of that opening range over here. So yes, we do with the 1 minute, but for me personally, I like using the opening range with VWAP, but on the 5 minute closes. So that's maybe something that you guys can have a look at as well. And then obviously we get the flush lower. So I got quick little scalps in over here from there out at the opening range low. And then I got a second trade over there as we took out the opening range lows as well. But let's go through to the Nasdaq MNQ. Let's go through to the Nasdaq. So we had some very, very nice shorting opportunities over here. I think easier shorting opportunities in the first hour on ES, just because we were trading from top of range to the bottom of the range. And then I took a little bit of a short. I got short over here and got out basically back at those lows. So I was in at about 34 and out at 07, I believe it was. So nice little like 20, 30 points there on NQ as well. So, but just to, again, to say like, look, this was very, very sideways momentum, you know, basically for an hour and a bit, we're trading in like a 30-point range, you know, on NQ. And I think something we got to keep in mind is that we want to be doing the opposite of what most traders are doing. Most traders are over trading, not listening to the data, and basically, you know, trying to trade every single move in the market. And we got to kind of do the opposite. You know, it sounds silly, but do the opposite of what they are doing. So let's just speak about the opening range in VWAP. So how we could read this on the Nasdaq yesterday. My algos actually had a winning trade on the NQ yesterday, but how we could actually read this was we flush out at the open, we stay underneath the New York session VWAP. Even that overnight VWAP, I normally have it on my charts for each day, but look at that. I know it's both in blue now, but the New York session VWAP, so the start of session VWAP is this one. The overnight was here. Look how we stay underneath those two. Just a little bit of a tip, you know, from me and what I think you guys should be looking at is stay trading in line with VWAP and the opening range break. So we break the downside. You still want to be holding that short bias, but from a discretionary trading perspective, you could be maybe getting in better entries like up at the top here where I got in maybe over here at 735, 734, and we continue to stay in line with that trend. As soon as you try and find the trend, I just find for me personally, it becomes a lot more tough. This morning is going to be interesting. It's been an interesting week already, to say the least. Monday, we move up, you know, over 100 points from the open. We move up 200 points on the Nasdaq. And then yesterday, we kind of erased that. But now we are holding those levels. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do get. The DAX, which is the German stock market index, is moving higher, as I pointed out too. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get into the rest of the day. Let's go over a couple of reports that can help you with regards to edgeful. First and foremost, the screener. I want you to come and click this over here. If you've got edgeful, okay, click that screener, select all, and then choose your favorite reports. Personally, for me, I'm going to go over them. The first report that I like to use is the opening candle continuation report. The first hour, what is markets doing in that first hour, and go from there. Okay, the orb report, the opening range breakout, you guys know that's how I trade, using the orb and the New York session VWAP. Go have a look at that report. You want to be trading in line with those breakouts. Also, personally, for me, when I'm trading the edgeful algos, which are automated for me, I'm trading using that orb report. Very, very nice report, clear understanding of what I want to be doing. And then the initial balance, something that I don't maybe use as much too much these days, is because I am looking to get in and out of my trades within that first 2 hours. But that's basically the first hour, very similar to the all report, but in the first hour. And then that previous day's range report. Okay, so looking at those previous days' highs and lows. If we take out the previous day's highs, are we trading as an outside day? Where are we looking in terms of those? Any questions in the chat, you can put in the edgeful Discord. Make sure to check me there if you are watching this online. I am in the edgeful Discord Wednesday through to Friday, every single week at 8 a.m. for the pre-market prep. To about 8:10, 8:15. I normally go for about 5-10 minutes. I don't like to keep it too long. Like to speak about the previous day and then just tell you what reports I'm looking at. And then, yeah, I'm in the Discord for the rest of the day, as mentioned. Go check out edgeful in the link in my bio. It is there. How do you find the New York session view app? I thought there was only one view app. So you can use the start of day view app, okay, which is one view app, but then it's an anchor view app. You can just anchor it to that time. So 3:30 South African time would be 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and you just select view app and you anchor it. If you go to the left-hand side, you're on your trading view, you select over there, and then basically anchored view app. You want to favorite that, and then you can anchor it to that start of session view app. So if you're trading the London session on the DAX, you want to be trading using the London, you want to anchor it to the London Open. If you're trading the New York session view app, you want to anchor it to the New York session. I do have a view app that basically anchors all of them automatically for me. But if you do it manually, you can just anchor it there too. Okay, I'll have to get to that link for the automatic anchors. But for now, you can just anchor them manually. Okay, so you go to that view app and you just anchor it at 9:30 a.m. open like that. Boom, and it will anchor it for the New York session for you. I hope that helps. Let me know if you're all good on that. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if that makes sense. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I'm going to head off here in the next couple of minutes. I don't like to keep these running too long. I just think it's unnecessary sometimes. Thanks for that, James. You're using the daily and session settings for view app. Correct, Flex. So basically the daily open view app, which again is the start of day view app, the rollover, okay, which at South African time at the moment is 12 midnight, right? But for you, obviously, based on your time zone would be different. And then the start of session view app. So if I'm trading the DAX, which is a London European market, I'll anchor it to the start of the London session. If I'm trading American markets like the NASDAQ and ES, my view apps automatically anchor for you. I'll have to get the link to this. It is called ASFX. Yeah, it starts of New York session view app. It anchors for me. Start of day view app as well. I'll have to get to the links for it. I'll get it for you. I can send it to you privately. Or DM me privately if you want it, and I'll reply to you. But yes, start of day view app with the orb and start of session view app as well. So it's basically three things. Okay, it is the opening range, orb, with view app. Okay, and then with view app, it's daily view app, daily and session. So daily start of day, and then that session view app. Perfect. So I think there's been some good learning opportunities this week so far. Pick your moments, right? Stay in line with that view app and the orb break. Something again I explained to you yesterday. Look how we clearly hold that New York session view app and the daily view app. We don't come back up and look to take the highs here. We actually also stay underneath the previous day's highs, underneath pre-market levels, and then it's just about picking your spots, picking your moments, taking good trading setups, and managing risk. Are you going to win every single trade? Of course not. But have those max daily losses set in place. Less is more. I had a pretty solid day, I must say, over my accounts. I'm copy trading across a few. I've got a couple of CFD accounts at the moment, and I've also got some futures accounts. But yesterday, I've had a solid start to the week. I am using TradeSync to copy. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. I don't want to put my account numbers out there in case there's some issues or whatever. But yeah, basically, this has been my start of the week. I've just started copy trading. Literally, just started using TradeSync this week to copy trade across like 9 futures accounts. I'm using quite a few prop firms, but yeah, been a good day Monday, Tuesday, so hopefully you can pick up the momentum. But yeah, take it one good day at a time, one good trade at a time, and we'll see you in here the rest of the trading day. If you've got any questions, make sure to just pop in here. If you need support with edgeful, on the chat, bottom right-hand section is the live chat.